Hello, Ways and Means. Today is still Friday, April 17th. We are picking up S-157. Thanks for all of your work on H-955. Glad we get to take a brief break from it. And Katie, you want to join us? Thanks. And Sasha, what, Nolan is coming at some point? That video?
I don't really change it. Page 4.
Okay.
He's in the committee I was just in. He's
Okay.
Senate Health and Welfare, but I think they're probably going to be winding down. They only had a schedule till 10:30. Good morning.
Hi.
Katie McLean, Office of Legislative Counsel. I have a committee report from Human Services. Let me pull up the draft. This is S-157. This is a bill about recovery residences. I won't walk you through all of the language in detail, but this gives the Division of Substance Use Programs the authority to oversee and regulate recovery residences. And then there's language at the very end of rulemaking that directs the division to adopt rules to create a voluntary certification process for recovery residences. The middle section of the bill is a section that was adopted 2 years ago. It's authority for a recovery residence that wants to immediately exit an individual from a recovery residence and all of the criteria that have to be met in order to immediately exit somebody from the facility. And that is a sort of takes up the most pages in your bill. It was set to sunset of July 1 of this year, and that sunset is removed, so it'd be permanent language. The only thing I can think that you'll be most interested in is in the rulemaking section with regard to the voluntary certified program that would be set up. Is there's language that says if the department decides there should be fees as part of this voluntary certification program, they have to come back to the legislature for approval of those fees. So I think that is why it was referred here.
That section?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, so this is the rulemaking section. So we have the language about adopting the rule, the initial rule, when the rulemaking process has to be completed, and then the subsection C, if the department identifies the need for a fee to support the voluntary recovery resident certification program described in this section, the department shall first propose the fee to the General Assembly, and if the General Assembly chooses to enact it into law, may incorporate the fee into the required rule.
And it's the Department of, Health. Do they regulate, they like certify and regulate doctors and a few other things, right?
I'm
What
sorry.
else do they regulate other entities in this way?
Well, they do hospital licensure. So, trying to think of other examples.
I mean, I know they regulate like food production.
Yes.
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 And that has a fee, slightly different. Okay.
Restaurants, lodging establishments. Yep. We did that last year.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Just trying to get context. Yeah, ripping up page.
Would the Secretary of State's office be involved with this?
The certification?
Yes.
No, it would be the health department. Secretary of, is it because you're reading this language online too about the Secretary of State? That's the rulemaking process that you have to file an initial proposed rule with the Secretary of State. Is that where the question came from?
Well, I'm just thinking if they're going to be certified,
Mhm.
will they be able to practice outside of this facility?
So professional regulation. So this isn't regulating the human individual providing care in a recovery residence. This is regulating voluntarily if a program chooses to, the program itself, that the program would have certain standards it would have to adhere to have a certification. that help?
Yeah, Representative.
It's a voluntary certification.
Mhm.
Does having the certification create any differential access to state funding or anything? I'm just trying to think what's gonna motivate someone to pursue it or not.
So to have the authority to immediately exit or transfer somebody from the program, you have to be certified.
So that's the reason. Okay. Clarity.
Mhm.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, in order to be able to, for recovery residents to be able to immediately exit or transfer an individual, a resident of the facility, they have to be certified. So the language all around the immediate exit or transfer applies only to certified recovery residences.
Is that transferring them to another facility or is that transferring them into the great wide open?
There's language that says that the recovery residents has to have like an alternative placement ready.
Okay,
Recovery residence has provided or arranged for re-engagement bed or another alternative temporary housing.
okay.
Sometimes it's just that the person is temporarily removed and they will come back to the recovery residence, but an event has occurred that has made it that they will take a pause on the recovery residence program.
This was much debated. Biennium, the one before.
Maybe last biennium, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that if they want to charge a fee, they have to come ask us for it and then we authorize it. That's perfect. That's what we look for here. Anyone have any other questions? Great, thank you, Katie. Oh, yes, Jim.
Yeah, my question maybe is not direct to you or the committee, but I'm just curious about, so there's a Republic recovery program and someone, the director or the in charge people want to exit someone from it. I see that's a reasonable thing to think about, but I don't understand the program very well. Maybe we need to have, I don't know if we need one to pass out this amendment, but I guess I need to check in with someone.
Yeah, I think checking in with the folks on human services makes a lot of
I
sense.
will do that. Thank you.
Representative
I'm
Bigley.
sure just a little surprised you're so excited when it just says to the General Assembly and not to the Ways and Means Committee. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't start.
Margaret's right.
I mean, I did have a passing question about it, but then I thought it through and I figured that means that it's gonna have to be in a piece of legislation. The legislation would come here. And so I moved on with the thought. Thank you, Representative Bigley. Anyone else?
He's a drunk.
Thank you, Katie. Nolan, do you have anything you want to say?
It makes good sense.
For the record, the only one's my fiscal office. No, I think Katie covered that one piece, which is why I'm here. And there's no fiscal note.
Because there's no fiscal anything, because there's no fee yet.
Right.
Cool, thanks. Anyone else need anything? Cool.
I was gonna move them. I didn't say no.
Thank you. What is it though? It's 157. Can you say that? Favorable. Thank you. Representative Holcomb moves that we find S 157 favorable. Representative Wozniak seconds. Thanks, team. Gonna give Representative Burkhardt a second.
Ready?
Oh, cool. Then if you could please call the roll. Oh, is there any discussion? Sorry, I forgot that part. Seeing none.
Representative Brannigan?
Yes.
Vote yes, is Representative Burkhart, Representative Higley,
Yes,
Representative Holcomb?
Yes.
Representative Kimball,
Yes.
Representative Maslin?
Yep.
Representative Odie?
Yes.
Representative Page?
Yes.
Representative Wozniak?
Yes.
Representative Canfield?
Yes.
Representative Kornheiser?
Yes.
We have voted the bill favorable, 11-0-0.
Thank you. Representative Holcomb, can you report this? Thanks. Thanks. Oh, yep.
On just general committee work, I've checked in with Friends Committee as the bills. Connection, and he said that there's nothing on the scope at this point in time, so
Thank you.
I will continue my diligence with that.
Thank you. We do have one of their bills on the wall, which we're going to pick up next week, S 179.
Great.
Does anyone have any updates on any bills? You know what, we're not gonna just, hard to talk about the status of a bill in the Senate without it being just Senate gossip. And so, I'll say that I know Senate Finance is scheduled for a vote on both the miscellaneous tax bill and the yield bill this afternoon. They seem to have wrapped up conversation about it at the end of the day yesterday. See what happens, and we'll get a report next week.
Any, without talking about the yield bill, but you know of any substantive changes to the miscellaneous tax bill? Asking for a friend.
No, I do. They added some things, but I would not call them substantive in the context of the whole bill.
Are they done?
They have a vote warrant this afternoon.
Senate Transportation,
Yes, they're doing wild stuff.
MVUF
Mhm.
is going to be in 4 years. Everybody will pay a user fee, mileage-based user fee.
They voted that out?
This is what I got from a
Oh,
member of that committee.
interesting.
All vehicles, not just battery EVs or,
No, it's gonna be EVs, and it's as it progresses, it'll go to hybrids
yeah.
and then to combustion engines.
What about the noise provision? Is that in that transportation bill as well? In regards to Harley Davidson.
Sir,
noise?
is there a fee on the noise?
I don't think it's a fee.
No, I don't think it's germane to ways and means.
It's an amendment on the floor.
So,
Yes.
so Bill, that fee for a hybrid or gas, you're already paying tax on the gas.
That was my question.
And then there's another tax on top of that with the mileage that you travel.
It's gonna be a user fee, not a tax. Yes,
So yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
and I think that the fee they pay now, 179, when they register their vehicle, I think that's the conversation.
Wild times over there, Senate Transportation. Yes, Representative Lozada.
Senate Economic Development continues to discuss 775, 757, and landlord tenant issues.
Thank you. We will see what happens with all of those. That could be a fun conference too. Anyone else?
Senate Economic Development is still talking about H211 and H9211 was the data brokers and personal information, still taking testimony on that. 921 and activated alcoholic beverages was supposed to have had more testimony yesterday morning. I didn't check to see what they scheduled for today, if they have a testimony. And then GovOps had warned a possible vote on the system for the enhanced system for beverage containers. But then it didn't seem to have happened. And natural resources, oh, I'm sorry, that was the unclaimed property one. That was the treasurer's bill, the GovOps one. Didn't seem to have actually taken place yesterday. And I don't have the schedule for next week yet to see whether they're taking more testimony. And then 915 was supposed to, and that's the extended producer responsibility program. That was supposed to have more testimony at 9 this morning, but there were no possible votes warned on any of the others yet.
Fun.
That's great.
Okay, thank you.